And on this page, what we're going to do, we need to get the, again, the surface area and the volume of the composite figure. Composite figure means that it's a figure made out of 2 or 3 or 4, several figures. So it's composed, okay? That's why it's a composite figure. So when you get the surface area. Now, the surface area, just to clear up this, you're not going to include areas that are in between two figures, because when you think about the surface area, you think about if you were to gift wrap this solid, you want to know how much area, how much paper you need to cover up all the walls in this figure, okay? So it's everything on the outside, nothing in between the solids, okay? So let's start with the first one. Surface area for the first one. Well, I need to first of all find out what's the base. So what's the area of the base? That is a 2 centimeters length times width times 3 centimeters. So the area of that base is 6 square centimeters. Now, from that same figure, I need to find the perimeter. Perimeter is 2L, so it's 2 times 3, plus 2W, 2 times the 2. So here's 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 2 is 4. When you add them up, that's 10 centimeters. Now I'm ready to get the surface area and the lateral area. Let's start with the lateral area. Lateral area, it's perimeter times height. The perimeter, we got the perimeter, that was 10 centimeters. And the height of that prism is 2 centimeters. So the lateral area is 20 centimeters. Centimeters times centimeters is square centimeters. Now, the surface area. Surface area is just adding lateral area plus the area of the two bases. With the lateral area, we got it already. That's 20 square centimeters. Now, plus the area of two bases. So it's 2 times the area of the base. That's the first step that we have, which is 6 centimeters square. We'll simplify that. So it's 20 square centimeters plus 12 square centimeters. So surface area, it's 32 square centimeters. Okay, so that's the area for the first one. Okay, now something else I need to get from the volume of that first figure. What I need to get from the first figure is the volume. Sorry, guys. So the volume of the first one, the formula is area of the base times the height. So the area of the base is 6 square centimeters times the height, and that is 2 centimeters. So when you multiply those two, it's 12 cubic centimeters. So that's the volume. Okay, now let me work with the second figure, the one on the bottom. To get the second one, what we need to do, so this is for the second one, okay? First, I need to get the area of the base. The base is a rectangle. It's a 2 by 5 rectangle. So it's base times height, or length times width. So that would be 2 centimeters times 5 centimeters. And when you multiply that, that is 10 square centimeters. And then the perimeter of that base, that is 2 times the length, which is 5 centimeters, plus 2 times the width, and that is 2 centimeters. You multiply 2 times 5 is 10 centimeters. 2 times 2 is 4 centimeters. You add them up, and that's 14 centimeters. That's a perimeter. Okay, now I'm ready to get the lateral area. Lateral area. Here for the lateral area, the formula is perimeter times height. So perimeter times height, So now I need to get the perimeter, which is 14 centimeters, multiplied times the height, and is the height of the prism, which is 2 centimeters. You multiply those two, and that is 28 square centimeters. Now, surface area. For the surface area, that is the lateral area plus twice the area of the base. And that, you get it from the formula on the surface area of a prism, okay? So the lateral area is 28 square centimeters plus twice the area of the base, and we had that the base was 10 centimeters, 10 square centimeters. When you multiply those two numbers, 2 times 10, that is 20. Add it to the 28. Add them up, and the surface area is 48 square centimeters. So this is the surface area of the bottom, okay? But now we have to keep in mind that we don't want to include the base from the bottom of the top prism, and that is covering the same area at the bottom prism. So when I'm getting the surface area of this composite figure, what I need to do, I need to make sure that total surface area, and let me put that, okay, the total surface area, I'm going to put it here, total surface area, it's when I add both surface areas, which is 32, and then plus the surface area of the bottom prism, which is 48. You add them up, that's 10 carry 1, it's 80, okay? But then I have to come back and I need to consider twice of the area. See that piece over here in between the two prisms? I need to subtract those two pieces because they're being covered, okay? There's a bottom of the top prism and the same area that is being covered from the bottom of the surface area of the bottom prism. So what I need to do, I need to subtract, let me put it here, 2 times the base of the top prism is 3 times 2, 3 centimeters times 2 centimeters. So that is 6. So that area, as you remember, that was the area of that base. So it's twice the 6 square centimeters, it's 12. So I'm going to do that here. Okay, I'm going to subtract minus 12 square centimeters, and then my subtraction, 80 minus 12, that is 68 square centimeters. So that is the total surface area of that composite figure. For the bottom, for the volume of the bottom figure of the prism, let me go ahead and get that. Okay, so volume. The volume of the bottom prism, it's just length times width times the height. The length is 2 centimeters times the width, which is 5 centimeters, times the height, which is 2 centimeters. So it's 2 times 5 times 2. 2 times 5 is 10, times 2 is 20. So it's 20 cubic centimeters. So this is the volume of the bottom prism. And we had that the volume of the top prism was 12. So the total volume, so let me go ahead and add that. I'm going to put it here. Total volume would be volume 1 plus volume 2, which is volume 1 is the first one that we got from the top prism, and volume 2 is the one from the bottom prism. So that is 12 cubic centimeters added to 20 cubic centimeters. When you add those two, that is 32 cubic centimeters. 32 cubic centimeters. So that is the total volume of that composite figure. Okay? So that is example number 5. Now example number 6. Please try example number 6. I'm going to give you about 3 minutes to work on number 6. So please stop this video, Ms. Valdez, for about 3 to 5 minutes, depends on how much time they need. Please get the surface area and the volume, total surface area of this figure, and the volume, the total volume of this composite figure, okay? So work on this, please. And in about 3 to 5 minutes, I'm going to show you the answers. So, Ms. Valdez, in about 3 to 5 minutes, you can go ahead and play this video, continue the video, okay? Thank you. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and first of all delete some of the area because I need some area. So let me delete some of this because I need some space. Okay, now at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and show you both surface areas and volumes of the two prisms, okay? The first one, I'm going to go ahead and do the cylinder on one side and then the rectangular prism on the other one. Okay, so it's going to be two things. So what you were supposed to have gotten first is the area of the base, pi r squared. The radius is 2, so it's 2 squared. So this is 4 pi. Then you get the lateral area, and the lateral area is just 2 pi RH, so it's 2 times pi times 2 times 4. When you multiply all of that, is 16 pi. I'm leaving this in terms of pi so that at the end I can just simplify it in decimal form or whatever they want me to do, okay? So for the surface area, you were supposed to have the lateral area plus, in this case, what I'm going to do it a little different. I'm not going to add the area at the bottom of the cylinder because that's being covered. So just plus 1 base. I could have done that also on that first problem, number 5. So lateral area is 16 pi plus the area of the base, which is 4 pi. So together is just 20 pi. And that is approximately, so surface area is approximately 62.83 square meters. And now for the volume of that, volume is just area of the base times the height. Area of the base was 4 pi and the height was 4 meters. When you multiply those two, that is 16 pi, and this is the square meters because this is meters. So square meters times meters, that's supposed to be cubic meters. Volume is cubic. So volume 1, which is the volume of the first figure, the cylinder, it's 16 cubic meters. For the rectangle, okay, you were supposed to have area of the base, it's a rectangle, so it's length times width, that is 10 meters times 5 meters. So you were supposed to have 50 square meters. And then the perimeter, because I need the perimeter for prisms. Perimeter is twice the length plus twice the width. And that gives you 30 plus 10, so you're supposed to have 40 40 meters. I'm sorry, 30 meters. Okay, so now I'm ready to get the lateral area. Lateral area would be just the perimeter times the height. Perimeter was 30. The height of that prism is 3. And that gives you 90 square meters. And now for the surface area, okay? For the surface area, we're gonna go ahead and get the total surface area, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna subtract that one area of one of the bases out of the surface area of that prism on the bottom, okay? So surface area is lateral area plus the area of the base. So lateral area, it's 90 plus 2b. The formula calls for 2b. So it's 90 square meters plus twice the area of the base, which is the area of the base was 50. Okay, so just that, it's 90 plus 100, which is 190. And now I'm going to subtract that area of that circle, okay? So circle. Okay, I'm going to subtract the base of that circle, which is, it was 4 pi. And it's approximately 4 pi. When you put that into the calculator, you were supposed to have 12.57. 12.57. So when you subtract those two numbers, 190 minus 12.57, it's 177.43. Okay, so then this is the surface area, approximately. And now the volume. Volume is just area of the base times the height. Area of the base is 50 because it's, we got that. Times the height of that prism is 3 meters. You multiply that, that's 150 cubic meters. So that's the volume. This is volume 2, volume 1. So now let me get the total surface area of the composite figure. Okay, the total surface area that you're supposed to have, let me put here, total surface area. It's surface area 1 plus surface area 2. So your answer was supposed to be 62.83 added to 177.43. When you put that into the calculator, it gives you that the total surface area is 240.26. This is area, so it's square meters. And now for the total volume. Total volume, that means volume 1 plus volume 2. We add them up, and we got for the volume of the cylinder that is 16 pi, plus the volume of the prism is 150. Now we put that into the calculator. And the total volume, it's 200.27 cubic meters. Okay, so I already went through these two composite figures examples, and I went through examples on the front of the paper. Please, at this point, you have a second worksheet that says practice B. What I'm going to ask you to do is to get a blank sheet of paper, and on the blank sheet of paper, you're going to work out problems numbers 1 through 8. Okay? So 9 through 15, I'm going to explain you that on Thursday. But for right now, let's just work on numbers 1 through 8. And on that paper, put the title, section 10.4, surface area of prisms and cylinders. And towards the end, at the bottom or the back side of that paper, put problem number 8. Draw the picture and then find the surface area and the volume of that composite figure and round the answer to nearest tenth. If you have the work completed, the work and the answer to the surface area and the volume, please ask Ms. Valdez to stamp the paper for you so you can get the 10 extra points. Okay, you have about 10 minutes to work on that. If you complete that, please make sure that you tell Ms. Valdez so you can get that paper stamped and you can get the 10 extra points. So please, guys, this video, I'm going to upload it to YouTube just in case you want to see it again. I'll go ahead and do that, okay? Have a good day.